Beats.com.
What is going on, YouTube? This is yours truly, ATUM-RE, coming at you guys with another video. And before I go in, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit that notification bell so that you can catch all my videos as soon as they drop. Today's subject is going to be what is the best home defense load for a 20 gauge. So I went ahead and, just to reiterate the previous video, I put the SB tactical brace on the Mossberg Shockwave. And in the last video I did a functionality test, but in this video I wanted to basically compare patterns to see which patterns the best. We're going to be using. We'll go over that here in just a second. But what I want to do is basically do this for an educational reason, and that is to determine what is the best load for my 20 gauge Mossberg Shockwave, which is going to be my main home defense weapon, the weapon that sits on my nightstand along with my pistol. But just wanted to do this for an educational purposes. Because with any tool that you're going to use, depending on your life, you want to know, what makes it tick, what ammo it likes best, and you just want to get the best practice and functionality out of it so you can get familiar with your weapon. So whatever you choose to use for your home defense weapon, make sure you try several different ammo and just kind of see how it works, see how it works out, and also, clean your gun, take care of it as well. But the purpose of this video is to just basically show you the different patterns, with 20 gauge buckshot. 20 gauge is not as diverse as a 12 gauge, but there are several good loads out there, and any of these loads would basically give a bad guy a bad day, basically. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to let you guys take a look at what the loads look like, and what I'll do is I'll come back. Stand by. These are the loads that we're going to be using. So we're going to use some number 3 buckshot. It's going to have 20 pellets, 1200 feet velocity, 2 3/4 by Winchester. And we're going to use some of the stuff by Monarch. It's his number 1 buckshot, 9 pellets, 1345 feet per second, which is the velocity, 2 3/4. And again, it's 20 gauge by Monarch. And we have some of this number 4 by NSI. It's going to have 20 pellets, just as the number 3. And the velocity is going to be 1300 feet per second. Try to zoom in there a little bit there. And again, this is by NSI, number 4 buckshot. So again, it's number 4, number 1, and a little bit of number 3. And what we'll do is we will discuss this a little bit further. So let's go back to the round table. All right, YouTube, now that we're familiar with the ammo, I'm going to take it just a little bit further. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a chart of the different types of buckshot and the actual diameter of each. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm actually going to go old world, and you read it from right to left instead of from left to right. So what I'll do is I'll start out with triple lock buckshot. That's going to be the biggest of the buckshot family, and it's going to be 0.36 inches in diameter. And double lock buckshot, which is going to be the most common, but it's not found in 20 gauge. I mean, you can find it in some specialty ammo that barely find double lock buckshot in 20 gauge, but it's the most common, and it has a 0.33 inch diameter, as you can see. And you have number 0 buckshot, which is 0.32. If you look at number 1, which is one that we're going to be using in this presentation, it has 0.30. So if you look at double lock buckshot and look at double lock buckshot and look at number 1, you're going to see there's not a tremendous drop off in energy. You're going to be looking at a diameter, like I said, 0.30 versus 0.33. But let's keep going on. Next is going to be number 2 buckshot, which has a diameter of about 0.27. And number 3 is another one that we're going to be using in this presentation. So it's going to be 0.25. And then you have number 4, which is going to be 0.24. So that kind of let you know the different sizes of the actual projectiles that will be dispersed out of the shot shells, and that's just kind of, a basics of what they're actually, the sizes. It doesn't really tell you about foot pounds, because foot pounds and velocity, that's all based on the actual speed of the bullet, and other factors, based on wads, because some loads actually have flight control wads that keep the wad tighter for a longer period of time. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the footage in the field, and what we will do is we will come back. Stand by. Let's take a closer look at our target. So this is going to be the number one from 15 feet away. So that's a pretty nice tight wad. I'm actually very impressed with number one overall. All right, so we're going to go over to number 3 from 15 feet away. It's a pretty wide pattern, but this is a short barrel shotgun, so you're going to get more spread than you would with a longer barrel shotgun. It's a 14-inch barrel. All right, so let's move on to number 4. It has a pretty decent pattern. Definitely going to hit your target from 15 feet away. That's pretty much about my home defense distance. And then we'll take it a little bit further. Let's look at 25 feet away. So this is number 1. And I kind of went a little bit left a little bit here, but still very good impact from 25 feet away for number 1 buckshot. It's spread, but again, the barrel length and your choke definitely makes a difference in how it performs. Also, the ammo can also make a difference in how your gun performs as well, as far as spitting out loads, but a short barrel in general is going to spread a lot more. All right, let's look at number 3 from 25 feet away. As you can see, it's going to spread, significantly more than, let's say, number 1 buckshot, but there are more pellets as well. But from 25 feet away, I would say that whoever gets hit with this would probably be having a very, very bad day. All right, so let's go over to number 4. Actually, number 4 has a better pattern than number 3 for some reason, and that's both on 25 feet away and also 15 feet away, and they have the same amount of pellets. So you have 20 pellets of number 3 here, and then you have number 4, which is also 20 pellets. But for some reason, they all kind of shoot high. I'm actually still learning the gun, but the actual targets are pretty comparable, but I would say that number 4 is going to be a little bit tighter than number 3. Number 3 had been my main defense round, but based on these findings, that is subject to change. So let's go back down to the round table and we will discuss this a little bit further. All right, YouTube, after looking at all the various targets and, based on what I've come up, my conclusion is that I'm probably going to roll with number 1 Buckshot. I actually like the ballistics on it, and I like the tight pattern that it actually has. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with number 1. It's really baby double lock Buckshot when you really think about it, because double lock Buckshot is 9 pellets the same way. The diameter is going to be 0.33, and the diameter on this is going to be 0.30. So it's not much drop off, and if you get it in the 12 gauge, those come with 16 pellets, and they have like the best ballistics based on FBI research. Number 1 Buckshot and 12 gauge is pretty much universally the best load. Unfortunately, it's not the easiest to find. But I like number 1. Believe it or not, I like number 4, the pattern, better than I like number 3 for some reason. Number 3 is the most common load, but I don't know if it's the ammo, but for some reason the spread was actually a little bit wider. But again, the weighted your gun patterns is going to be based on several different things. I'll just go over it again. It's going to be, first and foremost, the ammo. All ammo can behave differently depending on how tightly the wad is, if it has lead pellets, if it has steel pellets, etc. Also, the choke in your gun. You want to make sure, if you have a real tight choke, that's going to actually hold the wad together longer. If you have a looser choke, it's going to spread quicker. The barrel length also determines, how your gun reacts to the ammo. So if you have a longer barrel gun, again, the wad is going to be tighter, and you're going to get more zip, just like in any platform. The longer the barrel, the more velocity that you are going to get out of that gun. But it's really pretty basic. Didn't want to make it very complicated. The only thing I want to do is try 3 different loads out of this Mossberg Shockwave, since this is going to be my home defense weapon. The only thing I'm going to add to this, as you see that rail right there, I'm going to add maybe an old light. May have to see Mr. Todd the gun guy about that. Get a light right there. But that's pretty much all I have for the day. I just wanted to kind of show you guys various loads, and this was an educational thing that also helped me at the same time. We basically learned together on the fly, and this is going to be my new go-to home defense load, which is going to be number 1 Buckshot 20 gauge. All right, guys, so that's all I have today. I will catch you guys in the next video. Keep 2A alive, 2A up. The Second Amendment shall not be infringed. Have a great day.